Hi, it's All Action No Plot on the computer box talking all things Tottenham Hotspur. Today I'm asking, has Moussa Sissoko become the ideal replacement for Mousa Dembele? First of all, let's just remind ourselves of just how good Mousa Dembele was. I have so much good honest man love for that chap. He had the strength of 10 oxen. It was absurd watching him play. Other players would literally bounce off him if they tried to barge into him. It was like watching a cartoon. It was spectacular to observe. On top of which, he had the feet of a ballerina. He wouldn't run across the pitch, he'd glide or skate across. It seemed to defy science to have someone that strong also be that graceful, but that was Mousa Dembele. He'd pick the ball up in defence and transfer the ball into attack without any cares in the world. No one could get near him. He was so devastatingly effective when he put his mind to it. I always thought he slightly played within himself. He could have got forward more, could have taken the ball 10 or 20 yards a bit further forward, could have taken more shots and scored more goals, but he was a fantastic player. It's very telling actually in the last few years, whenever Spurs players were interviewed and asked about who was the best player at the club, bar none they'd all say Mousa Dembele. So how does Sissoko compare? Well, in terms of strength, I think they're pretty equal. Dembele was probably better at shielding the ball. He'd feint to the left a lot, and opponents just couldn't get near him. Sissoko doesn't exactly have the same guile, but he does appear to be every bit as strong. Again, opponents will seem to bounce off him. So in terms of strength, pretty equal. In terms of dribbling, I think Dembele had the edge there. He did that shoulder feint to the left. He seemed to glide around the pitch, glide around opponents. Sissoko doesn't exactly have the same grace and elegance about him. He's more of a ball of limbs travelling with the ball, but he's still very effective. However, as a dribbler, I think Dembele wins that round. In terms of attacking flair, I'd actually say Sissoko has the edge here, because as mentioned, Dembele played within himself. He'd cross the halfway line and then distribute the ball, rather than really pushing on another 20 yards and taking us into a dangerous area. Whereas Sissoko is quite happy to pick up the ball on the edge of his own area, on halfway, or deep within the opposition half, and really power forward. If you think back to the crucial goal we scored against Inter Milan in the Champions League, it came from a run from Sissoko into the attacking final third. So I'd say Sissoko has the edge in attacking terms. And defensively, well again, I thought Dembele, it wasn't that he didn't pull his weight, but he always had a lackadaisical air about him. He'd occasionally get stuck in and occasionally not. Sissoko, however, he seems to take it as a personal challenge to roll his sleeves up and get stuck in defensively. He acts like a big brother to the rest of his teammates if he sees them getting bullied, and he's always willing to double up with his right back. So in terms of both defence and attack, I'd say Sissoko is actually a bit more effective. So overall, Dembele hands down the better footballer, but Sissoko is more effective as a player. He brings the ball out from defence, he pushes the ball forward in attack. Dembele better, Sissoko more effective. Sissoko has improved so much in the last 18 months or so. If he keeps improving, he could really become one of the better players in the league. As things stand, however, I think he is just about an adequate replacement for Dembele. Let me know what you think, stick a comment below. Check out the blog allactionnoplot.com for more Tottenham Hotspur discussion.